Good afternoon, everyone. It's Father Neil. It's Thursday, the 29th of October, here with my weekly update. We continue to work very hard to keep things going. The school is doing quite well the last few months. We've had no incidences of COVID in the school, which is great. We have a few more students coming back to class this coming Monday. So we're doing quite well with all the cleaning procedures and all the sanitation and so forth and the safety procedures. Families have been cooperating very well with that. The students seem to have adjusted nicely, and so that's going very, very well. So we're very pleased about that, particularly with the public school students still not able to attend in-person classes. That's creating a difficulty for those families, so we want to pray for all of them. But we continue to move forward with that. The religious ed classes are moving forward in our faith formation program. They're mostly online right now. We're working right now on getting the confirmation groups together for the upcoming year. Tentatively, confirmation is scheduled in March that we share with Our Lady of Victory, but given COVID, it may come back into the parishes with the individual pastors confirming, so we won't know about that probably until after the first of the year. But that's going well. We're also working on our First Reconciliation and First Communion curricula for the second graders, so we're going to work on that. Hopefully next couple of weeks we'll have some stuff about the children for the retreat for First Reconciliation and how we're going to handle that. So that's progressing. We do have a few people in the adult faith formation program discerning whether to enter the church or not, a couple to be baptized. So we're working on all of that sacramentally. The church continues to be open for the Saturday 5 p.m. and the Sunday 10 a.m. Mass, and obviously we need people to continue to volunteer, to continue to sign up and maintain those safety procedures, but that's been going well. We did finally have the pews repaired. They were just finished the final adjustments this week, so hopefully they'll hold and last for a while. So all of that is going well. We continue, of course, to need new volunteers, especially with the upcoming holiday season. We did receive some guidelines from the Archdiocese that will not have major effect on what we're doing, mostly behind the scenes on our part, but we are going to come out fairly soon in a week or two with a holiday schedule for Christmas and Advent and the first of the year, and we hope to be able to live stream those masses as well. But we're still working out all those details. It's a lot of attention to little things that are perhaps holding us back a little bit from making that final decision, but we will have that schedule coming out fairly soon as well. What the Advent Reconciliation Service will look like, I'm not quite sure. It may be in-person confessions in the church. It may be individual confessions behind the screen, obviously in person as well. We're not sure about any of that yet. We're going to get some more guidelines and some more discernment. But coming up this weekend, of course, Saturday is Halloween, so I wish everybody a very safe and happy Halloween. It is obviously just a great deal of fun for the kids, but continue to be safe as we get out there. The weather promises to be a little nicer in the 50s and sunny, so we can look forward to that. This weekend is All Saints and All Souls Day as well, so Saturday night and Sunday we'll be celebrating Feast of All Saints Day. It's a Sunday this year, but like all the other Sunday obligations, Holy Day of obligations, that's suspended because of the limitations placed on us by the governor and by the COVID health restrictions. So continue to be at 20% capacity of the church, and hopefully that will be videotaped again Saturday night for everybody. All Souls Day, we'll have the 8:30 normal Mass with music. I'll have a 10 o'clock Mass with the school children as well. That unfortunately will not be open to the public because of the restrictions on the number of people we can have. And that will be with only 2 classes, and that will be live streamed from the school to the rest of the classrooms, students in their classrooms. And then we'll have, of course, the Mass of Remembrance at 7 o'clock Monday night. For all those folks who've lost somebody in the past year, they've all been invited back. It will be slightly different this year. We will not have a reception clearly for them. We'll still have the blessing of religious articles. We won't have the procession and, of course, with the candles and the families, but everyone is certainly welcome. We want to pay our respects and support those families who have lost someone in the past year. And so that will take place on Monday night. So that's the immediate future. We don't have any word yet on the Renew My Church. We did make the presentation a week ago this past Tuesday, and we were expecting to have a date for the reveal date when the bishop was supposed to be out here. That was tentatively scheduled for the 11th of November, week from Wednesday. Some things have come up in the discernment process with the Renewed Church and Presbyterian Council, so we'll know more about that next week. So that date that I gave you is really not finalized. We hope that will be the date, or that's the target, still the target date, but there's some things that have to be decided, I guess, before then. So we'll let you know as soon as that is possible. As soon as possible is when we get the information. And other than that, that's the best I can do on Renew My Church at the moment. So we continue to have a lot going on with the rise in incidence and the positivity rate and the COVID infection rate. We're actually double down on health and safety and sanitation and so forth, and to please wear those masks in public. We're seeing, obviously, the governor and the mayor are closing down throughout the state and throughout the city more of the bars and restaurants to in-person dining, which, as the weather gets colder, makes it very difficult for outdoor dining. So we want to pray for all those families and see how we can support them. Those who work in those restaurants and in those bars, and those who own them are clearly going to be struggling as well. So with the holidays coming up for Thanksgiving and Christmas, particularly, it could be very hard on the families. So we do what we can to support them. And obviously this coming Tuesday is Election Day. Many of you have already voted in advance, and congratulations for doing that. For those of you who have not yet voted, I myself am going to go to our polling place on Tuesday. Please get out and vote. Pray for guidance as we discern who will serve us, not only, again, in the federal government and the Congress, but also in our local elections as well. Does make a big deal of difference. There is a referendum about a change in the Constitution of Illinois on the taxes, so please inform yourself about that and make an informed decision about whether to vote in favor or against it, and continue to take part in the civic duty. Again, I want, with the holiday coming up and the election coming up, to remind everybody to also please be prudent. There may be some violence out there, hopefully not, certainly some disturbances. And we do want to pray for all of our first responders, particularly our police and our firemen, who will be out there in the midst of all that, and obviously all of our hospital personnel that continue to take care of us, particularly those suffering from COVID and those who might be injured with the normal weekly violence that seems to happen on weekends in the city. So all that needs our prayer and needs our support, and that continues. And also we want to pray for all those families who will continue to be economically harmed and medically harmed by the COVID, that either have to work because they cannot work from home, and then struggle with e-learning for their children and daycare, etc. Those are also suffering from loss of jobs and the difficulty of getting unemployment because the state is backlogged due to the high volume. So whatever we can do, not only in terms of prayer, but in terms of people we know or things that we can do to help support those people, that would be greatly appreciated. So I hope to see you all this weekend, and as soon as I know anything more about either our holiday schedules or Renew My Church, I'll be happy to inform you either next week or in the bulletin. So God bless you all, and have a great week ahead.